السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. النهاردة هنبدأ مع بعض شابتر 7. شابتر 7 بيتكلم على System Analysis, how to improve system أو how to modify system أو how to create new system. طبعا الشابتر 7 ده في ال IGCSE ICT level عامة بيبقى يعني عقدة الطلبة. معظم الطلاب بيقولوا احنا مش فاهمين الشابتر ده، احنا مش قادرين نفهم هو عايز ايه، والكتاب طبعا صعب الفهم والقراءة فيه وصعب. فان شاء الله بحاول ان انا طبعا هشرح لكم الشابتر دوت من النوتس بتاعتي، البوكلت بتاعتي، وفي نفس الوقت احاول بقدر الامكان ان انا اعمل لكم simplified للشابترز بحيث تقدروا تفهموا بسهولة وتقدروا يعني مش كمان تحفظوا، ده انت هتقدروا تفهموا وتقدروا تشتغلوا عليه بعد كده، وتقدروا تحلوا جميع اسئلة الباس بيبر بسهولة جدا جدا، وهيبقى بالنسبة لكم اتفه شابتر. ده طبعا ده كلام طلابي السابقين ان هم كلهم بعد ما سمعوا الشرح بتاع الشابتر وخاصة من النوتس بتاعتي او البوكلت قالوا ان الشابتر سهل جدا، امال احنا ليه كنا مستصعبين الامر علينا يعني كده. فشابتر 7 طبعا سهل جدا، وان شاء الله هنقدر يعني نحاول ان احنا نقدر ناخده على مرة او مرتين بحيث نقدر نفهمه كويس جدا جدا جدا. طبعا النوتس بتاعتي اللي انا عاملها بالنسبة لل IGCSE ICT ديت بتكون بعد كده ان شاء الله بالنسبة للناس اللي بتلتحق يعني معايا بتبقى في متناول ايديهم، وبيبقى يعني بنقدر نتابع مع بعض ستيب باي ستيب. هنحاول ان احنا نجري ونروح للشابتر 7. دايركتلي طبعا الشباتر الاولانيه دي تم شرحها مع الطلاب سابقا، وبحاول بقدر امكاني ان انا اديكم يعني ملخص بسيط عن الشابترز. في بداية الشابتر بنقول اني انا دايما كده في النوتس بتاعتي بكتب اني في بداية الشابتر ايه هو المنهج اللي بيتقال، المنهج بيقول ايه. فبنقول ان شابتر 7 ده بيتكلم على describe different methods of researching situations we state the need for recording and analysis information about the current system, which says the need of identifying features of the existing system. ده طبعا او الستيج الاولى في السيستم اناليسيس، ودي بنسميها اناليسيس. في ستيج تانية اسمها ديزاين، والستيج التالتة اسمها تيستينج، وبعدين عندنا implementation ودوكيومنتيشن وايفالويشنز. انا مش هقرأ كل طبعا ستيب باي ستيب، انما هبدأ اشرح على طول يعني ايه كلمة سيستم. طبعا كلنا عارفين سيستم it's a group of parts work together to perform functions. يعني ايه group of parts work together to perform functions؟ معناها مجموعة من الاجزاء، مجموعة من العناصر، مجموعة من العوامل بتشتغل مع بعضها عشان في الاخير تديني وظيفة، عشان في الاخير تنتج لي product معين، منتج معين. يعني already we have a system in our school. السيستم بتاع المدرسة بتاعنا عبارة عن السيستم ده فيه teachers وفيه workers وفيه students وفيه administrators، وفيه السيستم ده فيه كمان اللابز وفيه الكمبيوتر لاب والساينس لاب وكمان في already a number of chairs و number of computers و number of projectors و number of desks. يعني سيستم شامل كل اجزاء دي اسمها parts. اوكي، البارتس بتاعت السيستم. احنا لو بصينا للسيستم بتاع البيت عندنا، احنا في البيدروم بتاعتنا، في البيدروم فيها سيستم نفسه، فيها غرفة النوم، فيها سرير وفيها صوفة وفيها دولاب وفيها تمام. ده اسمه سيستم، جروب اوف بارتس مع بعضهم work together عشان تديني product او perform فانكشنز معينه او تعمل لي وظيفه معينه. طبعا في الكيتشن بتاع البيت نفسه وظيفه في السيستم، لو بصينا للكيتشن هنلاقي عباره عن ان هو في مطبخ، في فريجيدير، في اوفن، في مايكرويف، في طبعا التولز بتاعت الكيتشنز كلها دي عباره عن بارتس كلها work together to perform functions او to produce product معين. اوكي طيب السيستم ده، هل يا ترى السيستم ده قابل للتغيير، يعني قابل للتعديل؟ ممكن اقدر اغيره او ممكن اقدر اعدله. طبعا any system in our life can be changed، يعني نقدر نغيره. اي سيستم في حياتنا نقدر نغيره. any system has fixed parts ده it's fail system او نظام فاشل. اوكي ليه؟ لانه نظام ثابت ما فيهوش اي improvement او modifications. لازم يكون نظام فيه دايما تحسينات ودايما تعديلات. يعني مثلا زي ما لسه مديكم مثال على السيستم بتاع الكيتشن، انا لازم في يوم من الايام ادخل المطبخ، لا التلاجة دي هنا مش عاجباني قوي، انا هحطها في المكان التاني ده. الاوفن ده لا مش كويس قوي هنا، لا احطه هنا. الاوفن ده خلاص قدم، ممكن اجيب واحد جديد. الميكرويف دي انتهى عمره، طب انا لازم اجيب جديد. بعض الكاسات شكلها خلاص بقى قديم، ممكن يبقى انا بعمل ايه؟ بعمل تشينج للسيستم. يعني always change. why always change it? to be improved او to be modified او to get more and more accurate. اوكي بتلاقي السيستم بتاع الهوسبيتال ما ينفعش بالمستشفى تشتغل على سيستم واحد بالنسبه للبيشنتس والدكتورز والكاستمرز forever. يعني the hospital should be changed the system from time to time to improve the works, to modify the work, to work تمام accurately and so on. يبقى إذا تغيير السيستم هو parts can be changed، هو عبارة عن أجزاء can be changed. النتيجة إيه أو conclusions إيه بتاعتنا؟ to produce product أو to perform functions. عشان لما حد يسألنا يعني إيه system، أقدر أقول له system is a group of parts work together to perform functions أو to produce product معينة، تعمل لي وظيفة أو تنتج منتج معين. وطبعا لازم اقول كمان ان السيستم can be changed to improved او to modify او to and so on. يعني ملخص الكلام كل ده يعني مجرد introduction عن كلمة system. احنا ليه بقول introduction ده؟ عشان لما ابدأ اتكلم في الستيجز بتاعة الشابترز تبقوا فاهمين يعني ايه كلمة system. ميبقاش انا بتكلم ومش فاهمين يعني ايه system. في المدرسة يعني نظام ماشي بالمدرسة، نظام في registrations، في fees، في salaries، في attendance، في marks، اوكي في reports. system شغال، في attendance للتيتشرز وattendance للستودنتس وattendance للworkers. تمام. في طبعا نظام behaviors وفي contact and so on. يبقى اذا ده سيستم شغال. السيستم ده يا ترى اللي احنا شغالين بيه هل هو قابل للتعديل ولا بس ثابت؟ لا طبعا قابل للتعديل. يبقى any system can be changed to improve itself او to modify itself and so on. طيب ايه بقى ليه انا قلت ليه قلت المقدمه دي بالنسبه للشابتر ده بالذات؟ الشابتر ده بالذات لو انا ما قلتش المقدمه، طلاب كتير جدا او مدرسين كتير جدا بيبداوا على طول في الستيجز بتاعت السيستم وبيتكلموا فيها، والطالب مش عارف يعني ايه سيستم. احنا دلوقتي عرفنا يعني ايه سيستم. يعني عبارة عن نظام، عبارة عن مجموعة من الأعمال الايتمز شغالة مع بعضيها عشان تنتج، عشان تعمل وظيفة معينة. اوكي هناخد مثال بسيط جدا جدا. طول ما انا بشرح الشابتر 7 هاخد مثال، وليكن المثال بتاع السكول سيستمز. ليه بقى؟ لان كلنا في مدرسة وعارفين السكول سيستم بتاعنا بيبدأ طبعا بوجود teachers و students و workers و administrator. تمام. وكاستمرز اللي هم البيرنتس. تمام. يبقى اذا ده عبارة عن الايتمز اللي شغالة جوه الايه السيستم. طيب احنا دلوقتي محتاجين نعمل سيستم. هنتكلم على السيستم، يعني هنتكلم على شيء معين اسمه Computerized system، يعني نظام، بس نظام هيتعمل فين؟ في الكمبيوتر. غير بقى نظام الكيتشن اللي انا كنت بتكلم عليه من شويه ان انا اغير، او نظام البيت روم اللي انا اغير، او نظام البيت كله. كل بيت فينا عنده طبعا بروتوكول وسيستم معين ماشي بيه. طبعا كلنا بنقدر نغير السيستم ده وبنقدر نغير البروتوكول من from time to time، لكن انا هتكلم على الكمبيوترايزد سيستم، يعني how to create and design a computerized system، بحيث السيستم ده يبقى يشتغل كل الحاجات اللي موجودة في المدرسة. how to create and design a computerized system. طبعا علشان اقدر ان انا اعمل computerized system يبقى لازم اروح لشركة متخصصة، والشركة دي تكون already عندها الامكانيات اللي تعمل لي سيستم للمدرسة بتاعتي. طيب انا رحت للشركة وكلمت الشركة وقلت لهم ان انا عندي مدرسة، والمدرسة دي انا عايز اعمل لها computerized system، يعني عاوز اعمل سيستم في المدرسة يشتغل بالكمبيوتر، كل حاجة فيها تشتغل بالكمبيوتر. كل اللي هيعمله الشركة، كل اللي هتعملها ان هي هتبدأ تعمل ايه؟ تبدأ تشوف اللي هو السبيشاليست اللي هيعمل لي السيستم ده، اسمه سيستم اناليست. سيستم اناليست ده اللي هو الراجل المخصص للسيستم اناليسيس او بيعمل تحليل للنظام. تمام. طيب السيستم اناليست ده شغلته ايه؟ هنعرف بقى دي الستيجز اللي انا هتكلم فيها كلها. شغلته مع الستاف بتاعه، مع الستاف يعني مش لوحده، مع الستاف اللي هيشتغل معه. اول حاجه بنقول ان الستيجز، المراحل دي مهمه جدا جدا ان انت تعرف اسم كل مرحله، وتعرف كمان جدا مهم جدا انك تعرف كل مرحله بتعمل ايه وكل مرحله ايه البينفيت بتاعتها والدروباكس، او ايه الادفانتج والديسادفانتج بتاعتها. مهم جدا لان ده الحاجات اللي ممكن تتسأل فيها في الامتحان، والحاجات اللي ممكن انت يعني لازم تفهمها عشان تقدر تجاوب على اسئله الامتحان. طبعا انا بتكلم بالعربي في الجزء الاولاني ده عشان اقدر اوصل لكم المعلومه بلغتكم وبلغتي، وفي نفس الوقت اقدر ان ايه ابدا الدرس بتاعي حتى باللغه الانجليزيه او بالانجلش. تمام. وانتم فاهمين يعني ايه اللي انا هعمله. اللي هعمله دلوقتي ان السيستم اناليست will be design a computerized system, or system analyst will be improve already system exists in our school. يبقى we have a school and we need to improve the system, or we need to create a new system. Just we need to go to the company and ask the specialist to design that system. The person which design and create or improve the system anywhere طبعا calling by system analyst. The first step, the system analyst should be visit the place. Why? Because now I want design system. How can I design system for some places and I don't know how the school is running, or how the hospital is running, or how the organization is running? I have to visit the place to know how the system, how the old system is running, or if there is no system, how the school now is running to creating a new system for the school. The analysis has to do some fact-finding methods. What I mean by fact-finding method? Fact-finding methods to be able to understand what the system must do. Now, I want design system, or I want improve system. I have to know what is the problem. What's the problem in that place? Why? To get the problem, or to know the problem, to after that fix the problem by using the new system or new computerizing system. How I get information about the problem which is running in the place? To get the problem or to get the information about the old system, you have to visit the place. You have to visit the place which want to design a new system or want to improve a system. For example, now I have a school and I want to design or I want to improve the system for that school. The first stage, I have to visit school to get information about the old system. طيب, how can I get information about the old system from the school? For example, when I go to school, I have to do some steps. The first one, I have to visit teachers. Okay, just visit teachers and inside the classes to see how the teacher running their lessons. Okay, that is called observations. I have to observing the staff while working. I have to visit teachers to see are there computer in class or not, are there projectors or not, there is smartboard or not, there is internet or not. I have to see the students, the effective of the students. Is the students look at the teacher during the listening or not, or the students need something better, the students wants to do the homework by other way, the students wants to do the worksheet by other way, and so on. I have to observe the staff while working. That step, it's called observations. The first step in analysis, what do I mean by analysis? Sorry, because I forgot to tell you the definitions of the word analysis. Analysis, and I want from you to write this, please. Analysis mean collecting and writing a report. Collecting information and writing a report. Collecting information about what? About the old system. The word analysis means collecting information and writing a report. Report about the old system. First, how to collect information? I told you to collect information. First step, you have to observe the staff while working. Yani I have to go to hospital to see the doctor. How's the doctor running their work? How's the doctor running the day, the work with the patients? I have to observe the patient. I have to observe the secretaries and so on. You're observing staff while working. That means I have to visit the school and I have to see how the staff is working in the organization, in hospital, in school, in anywhere. But our example now is school. Observing the teachers, observing principal, observing academic coordinator, observing workers, observing technician, and so on, to get information about the old system. The first, if the examiner asks you an exam, the system analyst wants to collect information about the old system, or sometimes the examiner say the system analyst wants to get the problems from the old system, or sometimes the examiner say the system analyst needs to get the information about the old system, state the ways or state the methods for getting the information about the old system. The first one, observations, or observing the staff while working. I wish to understand what I mean by observe. Observe, just observe. No need to speaking with anyone. Just go to classes and see the teacher who's working, and also workers, administrators, and also principals, academic work, and so on. Observing how the attendance is working, how the parents come to visit the school. Just observations. Needs time. Okay, you can take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days to see all the schools house running by only observations. But observations only, it's not enough. Why it's not enough? Because sometimes the teacher needs more and more. All the students need more and more. All the principal needs, all the academic work, or the customers like the parents need more and more. But how can I know? How can I know the teacher's needs? How can I know the principal needs? How can I know the student needs? And so on. In this case, I have to running the second steps for analysis. The second step for analysis is interview with the staff. What do I mean by interview? Yes, I observe and I write it everything what I observed before. For example, I observed 25 classes, no computers, no projector, no smartboard, no internet. I have to write. Okay, I already write it everything in my notes, but I need to know more information from the teachers, or from administrator, or from workers, or from technicians, or from principal himself, and so on. Therefore, I have to do some interview with the staff. The second step, interview. Not all the staff, but I have to sit with some of teachers to ask them, what do you want from the new system? The school wants to do new system. What do you want from the new system? Okay, the teacher say, yes, I want my subjects on the computer. Just I open the computer, then I run my subjects through the computer on smartboard, for example, or I want send the homework through the internet. I want also the homework marked automatically. I don't need to check the homework. I want the computer to check the homework and give me a report about the students and so on. I want send assignment per week. I want check who students do the assignment and not. The teacher say everything. Okay. For example, I want send news to the parents. I want do discussions rooms for the parents through the computer. I have to write everything about the teacher needs. Okay, that's interview with the staff. Also, when I go to principal, I ask him about what do you need from the new system. Yes, I want follow everything. I want send SMS to the parents about the attendance, about the behaviors, about, for example, announcement and so on. I want also get information from the parents about the teachers or about the weekly planner or something like that. Okay, the teachers will give me some information about the new system, and also the parents will give me some information about the new system. I have to write everything. Then after that, okay, I have to visit worker, ask them about computerized system, what do you need from the computerized system, and so on. And after that, when I get more information from the interview, then I have to go. Okay, then I have to go to third method for collecting information. I said two methods. Please try to memorize with me. I want from you to understand and also memorize what I give it to you. It's during my lesson, I like my students to understand 100% and no need for studying after that. Number one, I said analysis means collecting information and writing a report. I told you there is methods for collecting information. The first one, observing staff while working, means observation. Second, I said interview with the staff to get more and more information about the old system or about the new system which you want to design it or you want to get it for the place. Then I observed everything. I did more interview with the staffs and with the customers, with the principal and so on, and I write all of these in my notes. But also until now, I cannot get more information about the old system, or I cannot get more information about the new system because I have missed one. What is the missed one? Missed one means the customers. The customer means the students and the parents. How I can get information from the parents and students, because I'm not sit with all the students. When I do interview, I cannot sit with all the students. I cannot sit with all the teachers. I cannot sit with all the workers and so on. But how can I get more information from all of these items, or how can I get information from all of these persons? How can I get information from the customers, bank, or customers of hospital, or customers of organization, or the parents of the school, and so on? How can I get information? How can I ask them about the old system and what do you need from the new system? Yeah, this way it's very important. How can I get information from someone not in the place needs that system? And for example, I told you we are in school and we need to do a new system, or we need to improve the old system. I observing staff. I also did interview with the staff, but I don't have more information. Why? Because I have to get information from the customers, the customers themselves. I have to get information from the parents and students themselves. What do you need from the school wants to do new system? What do you need from the new system? Then I have to do questionnaires or survey. That survey I have to do in computers. Then I have to give it to the students to fill the questionnaires. Why? I have to ask them What's your opinion about the old system and what do you need from the new system? The school wants to do new system. Okay, please tell me what do you need from the new system. Students say, I want do my homework through the internet. I won't send my homework through. I don't need to carry all the bags and I don't need to carry all the books. I don't need to carry copybooks. I don't need to write during the lesson. I don't. This is the students. Parents say, yes, I need from the school to send SMS to me if my son is absent or my daughter is absent. I want also send SMS to the principal director through the internet. I want discuss with the teachers in discussion rooms. I want also see the assignment for my son or my daughters and so on. The parents will write everything in the questionnaires or survey. Then I will get this survey from the students, and after that I can get information. I can get information from that survey. I have now more information. I have information from observations. I have information from interview. I have information from the surveys and questionnaires about the old system and what do you need from the new system. Okay, the last step for analysis stage is examining existing documents and forms. What do I mean by examining the old system? I have to, if the school has an old system, I have to check the old system. Okay, what is the problem in the old system? Maybe there are many benefits in the old system. I can use it in the old system. And what is the drawback? I have to go away from the drawbacks of the old system. I have to check all the documents in the old system and all the forms in the old system to improve that forms, to improve that document before I design. At the end, I want from you to understand the stage analysis, the stage for collecting information and writing report. It's a very, very important stage for any system analyst. Any system analyst should be started by collecting information and writing a report about the old system. Okay, again I repeat quickly how to collect information or how to find problems or how to get the information from the place you want designing or creating system or the place which you want improving or modify the system for it. How? By 4 steps. Number 1, or 4 methods. Number 1, observations, observing the staff while working. Number 2, interview with the staff. Number 3, questionnaires, means a survey to the staff and customer. Number 4, examining all documents and forms. Okay, after I finish it from collecting information and I have to write a report. Okay, not like the report which I wrote during observation or interviews or survey. No, I have now to complete my report. How to complete the report? There is feasibility study report, and that is in business. Okay, the feasibility study report, it's very important. Why? Because now if I want design, for example, building, I have to write the cost of the building, the hardware we needed in the building. Okay, how many rigs, how many and so on. I have to write also the time. Okay, the time needed for creating and constructing the building and so on. The same thing for computerized system. I have to write, because when I collect information, I found 25 classes without computers, okay, without projector, without smart board, without internet access point, and so on. I have to write all of these in the report. Then I have to write the cost of computerizing system. Then I have to write the time needed of computerized system. Maybe I will design system for 1 year, for 1 month, for 2 weeks, and so on. I have to write this in the report, the cost of computerized system, the time needed of computerized system, and also what is the hardware and software requirement for the new system. For example, we need 25 computers. We need 4 internet access point. We need 4 switch, for example. We need cables. We need routers, and so on. We need smart board, and I have to write the software which use with in the school. For example, which software we use it. We need software Microsoft Office, or we need Apple, or we need other software and use it. Okay, I have to write all of this, and I have to write the cost of hardware and software requirement for the new system. Then also I have to write the staffing issues. What do I mean by staff? I have 25 teachers. Maybe the new system needs 40 teachers. That means I need extra teachers. Maybe there are 20 teachers can use the computer, but 5 teachers cannot. But I have to write about the training course for the teachers to know how to use it. How many training course, and what are the type of training course which I give it to the new teachers. Also, I have to write about the benefit and drawbacks of the new system. Why? Because benefit means the system is working by computer, the system running by online system, okay? And also the system is accurate, is extremely fast, is working in any time, anywhere. But I have to write the drawbacks. Why? If the system is fell down, if the servers fell down, all the school will be stopped. We cannot send, we cannot receive, we cannot open the smart board. We cannot. If I have to write the benefit and drawbacks. I don't need to say more things and more. I think you understand me about what I need from the report. Then now stage number 1 is finished. Okay, the stage number one is find the problem or identify a need. Identify needing more. What I mean means how to collect information from the old system, okay, or how to get information from the place you need the system for it. I told you by observations, interviews, questionnaires, examining. Then after that, you have to write a report and give it to the owner of the place. To write the report, that means the report should be contain the cost of computerized system, the time needed of computerized system, the hardware and software needed for the new system, staffing issues, the benefit and drawbacks of the new system. That is the stage 1 for the system analysis. And we have the second stage. It's very important, but that stage it comes after approval. What do I mean by approval? The system analyst should give the report to the owner, and the owner should be approved. If the owner said, for example, the cost is so high and the time is too many, okay? Yani for example, cost is $200,000, for example, or £200,000, and so on. Yes, the owner say no, it's so expensive. How can I do the system by all of this time, okay? And maybe the cost is good by the time 2 months, 3 months. No. I need the system after 1 month. I don't need 2 months. The system analyst and the company should give the owner the report and then ask him about if you accepted that report or not. Okay, maybe the owner is accept. Maybe the owner is accept that report and say okay, tawakkal Allah. Okay, in this case, the system analyst and his staff, we will start second stage. Second stage is talk about design. Okay, what is the design? Design means now the system analyst and all. Okay, second stage is talk about design, and now the system analyst and his staff will start to design the system. Okay, designing system means the staff and the system analyst will sit together to discuss about the new system, how to start the new system, and so on. The first step for designing anywhere, any engineer in this life, if he wants to design anything, he should start it by drawing. Okay, drawing on the paper, drawing If, for example, mechanical engineer should be drawing the mechanics, okay, machines, and for example, any other engineer, architect, or any other engineer, if he wants to design, he should also start it by drawing. The system analyst and computer engineers and computer programmer or designer or developer, all of them should be start designing by drawing. Drawing what? Drawing system flowchart. What do I mean by system flowchart? System flowchart, it's only shapes, okay, and each shape says something for the computer engineer. For example, we have a rectangle for processing, we have a trapeze for logic, we have, and so on. Not in you, not in ICT. In ICT students, that's in computer science. But the flowchart, it's very important. Why? Because he shows the computer engineer which designs the system how to start and how to finish the system. That is the example for the flowchart. How to start means input, and how to do logic, for example, how to go to, for example, save the customer details, or how to find the seat for the flight, or how to find the booking database, and so on. For example, yeah, that is example. The flowchart not in you, how to draw the flowchart not in you, not in the syllabus, but you have to know the shape of the flowchart. That's called flowchart, and the system analyst should be design that flowchart and drawing that flowchart to know how to store the system and how to follow the steps until the end step print out and so on. Yeah, but that's called flowchart. Okay, we will see one by one, but let me give you first the steps of the design. The first one, the system analyst should design flowchart to know how to start the system and how to finish. That is with the staff, the teamwork, and system analyst to sit together and discuss together how to start the system and how to follow the steps until to get the information, and then until to go to the end of the system. Okay. After that, the staff will sit on the computer and choose a language to designing the system. The first, okay, I'm not talking about the programming language and how to start the programming language and so on. No, I don't need to say that because that's not in you. All of this in computer science, but we are talking about the main parts, because I told you at the beginning of the lesson, the system, it's a group of parts. Therefore, I won't tell you about the main parts for designing, okay? The main parts for designing, the second one, the developer and the system analyst and the computer programmer will sit to design the capture forms and screen layout. What do I mean by the capture forms and screen out? For example, data entry form, it's called data entry form. And data entry form, like when you are going to school, the secretary opens the computer to input your details, your name, your mobiles, your birth date, your email, and so on. That form, it's called data entry form or data capture form. When you go to hospital, you have to give your details to the receptions to fill your form. Okay, that's called your form or your record. Data capture forms, it contains from details like that details. I will show you example. Okay, now like this one. That is, it's called form. If you look at details of employees, that is its form. Any form should be contained from, okay, three main parts. The first part, the title, okay? Therefore, title has 1 mark in exam. And when the examiner asks you to design data entry form, you have to design, and it's designed by, in the exam, in the theory part, you draw by your pen, not computer, okay? You draw, then after that, after to draw, to write the suitable title. For example, that form for details about employees. You have to write the title, details of employees. Then the second part in the form, the details itself. The details like employee name and number and last name and the genders, date of birth, department. That is the second part. It contains and it has 3 marks, at least 4 details. Yani when you design, you have to do at least 4 details. يبقى first, the title of the form has 1 mark, and then the details has 3 marks in the exam. Then the last part, it's navigation buttons. Okay, what I mean by navigation buttons, that is the command buttons to transfer you, to navigate you from form to form. And for example, I want now print out this record. If I click on the print record to print out the information about this employee, or for example, I want to go to next employee. If I click on the next record, this part, it's called navigation buttons. Inshallah, in the practical part, I will show you how to create and design form, because that is new on the practical part in Microsoft Access. Okay, the designers or developer or the computer programmer, the first should thinking about how many forms the system needs. For example, I need form for teachers, form for students, form for workers, form for administrators, and form for labs, form for technicians, and so on. How many form? Maybe form for marks. How many subjects? Mathematics, chemistry, physics, biology, business, accounting, and so on. Too much form in the system. Okay, but we have too much forms in system. Why? Because we have too much information and we need to input that information through the forms. First, the second step in designing, I told you the first one, to drawing the flow chart to know how to start the system and how to follow this until to end the system. Second, the system analyst and the designer sit together to know how many forms we need in our system. Okay, then after that, the shape of the forms, what is the titles for the forms, and what is the details for each form, and also what is the navigation button we will use in that form, and so on. The system analyst design data capture form. What I want from you in the exam to know in the design stage contains design data capture form and screen layout to input the information. No need for explanation, just I explain to you because I want from you to understand more and more about the system. But in the exam, sometimes give it you in the true false. Okay, for example, to tick 3 steps from designing, or it can ask you one way from designing is designing data capture form, state 3 other ways, and so on. That is in the exam. For example, give it you for drawing the data capture form, and I give you example how to draw data capture forms. Just draw a rectangle or square, then write suitable title, then write any details about the patients, about students, about employees, something, and then draw any command buttons. That is called design data capture form or data entry form. We have the second step for design is data capture form or data entry form. I wish to understand the first step about the analysis, how to collect information, writing report. I said by observation, questionnaires, the interviews, examining all documents. Then the design stage started by designing flow chart, then design data capture form or data entry form. Okay, after that we have now information. I already input information. I already have form to input information. What about output? Yani how can I get report about this information? I want for example, I want receipt for the fees, or receipt for salaries, or I want to print out report about the marks. I want print out recommendations about students, attendance and behavior, and so on. That's mean output. Okay, but also the designer should design report layout, like receipts, reports for marks, recommendation for students, and so on. That is the examiner don't ask you about to drawing the report layout, but the examiner asks you about that is the system analyst design data capture form, state to other steps for design. The second after designing data entry form, you have also designed layout report for what? To get the receipt, to get the marks, to get the reports about, to get a recommendation, and so on. And now I will show you all the steps and all examples about this. Yes, the important point for designing, okay, that the system analysts and designers should design system to detect errors. What do I mean by detect errors? Now, when I use a system, for example, I input the information wrong, the system is accepted or not. If the system accepts, that means bad program. Okay, like what? For example, if by mistake when I input the birth date, I input the marks of students. The system analyst should design techniques or routines to detect errors, to tell me invalid data, check, okay, check your data, or check type, or check validation, or and so on. The system analyst should design techniques or routines to detect errors, to know the user when use the system should know what is the error comes. That techniques, it's called verification and validations. Okay, let me explain to you how the system analyst and the staff or the work team design the validation routines, or design the techniques or routines to detect errors. We have two ways to detect errors. Okay, the first way, it's called verifications. The second one, it's validations. Okay, what is the difference between them? And that's always common exam. Verifications, to check the error, yes, to make sure the data entry correct, okay, to make sure the accurately data entry. That is verification. Okay, what are the ways for verifying the data? How can I verify the data? Only two ways. I don't need from you to memorize more and more. I want only from you to understand. There are only two ways for verification. There are only two ways to verify the data. If the examiner asks you an exam, state the ways for verifications, you have to tell him only two ways: double entry and visual check. What's the difference between double entry and double entry? Means I have now document and I want to check. Someone enter the data in the computer and I want to check the data is entered correctly or not. If I have to enter that data twice and compare it with the original one. Twice. Why? Because someone say, how can I check the words one by one? How can, maybe I cannot visually, and so on. In this case, I have to use another way. What's the way? Double entry. Double entry means double data entry, double data twice, and compare it with the original one. If data is entered twice using two people, and then compare it, okay? Either after data entry or during the data entry process. You can check during entering the data or after you enter the data. That's called double entry. What's the double entry? Means the data entry twice. Maybe two people, okay? Maybe two people, maybe more than two people, to check the data is entered correctly or not. That is the first way for verify the data, to check the data is entered correctly or not. The second one is visual check. Visual check and checking for error by the person who is entering the data by visually proofreading. They compare the entry data with the original document, okay, on the screen. Compare the data on the screen. He can read what he entered, okay, or he can read the paper document after printed out. يبقى we have only two ways for verification. Please keep it in your mind and remember well, only two ways only for verification: double entry and visual check. Double entry means enter data twice and compare it with the original by two or more than two peoples. Or visual check means check the data visually, and reading the data after entering or during entering twice. That's mean by it's called proof reading. Okay, but the first way for check the error or to make sure the data entry correctly by verification. Second, the system analyst also should design ways to detect error automatically without visually or double entry. Okay, that ways it's called validations. Okay, we have more ways for validations. I don't know if you understand me easily or I have to give you example, but I will try inshallah to give you examples to understand more and more. For example, we have now details. One detail about for a number of subjects which needed for the IGCSE examination, for example. And for example, I have to enter the number of the subjects in the students record. Okay, for the number of students here, it's limited. Okay, the number of subjects also it's limited. For example, 8 subjects, and if you enter more than 8 subjects, the computer should give you message invalid data, check range. Why check range? Why say check range? Because we have a limit. We have the number of subjects started from 1 to or from 0 to 8. More than 8 or less than 0, it's outside the limit. Okay, outside the acceptable range. Therefore, the system analyst or the designer should design routines to detect that error. When someone enters wrong data, the computer database automatically send display message invalid data, check range. Why check range? Because you input wrong range. The range should be between 0 to 8. 9 it's wrong. -1 it's wrong. Okay, the range should be between 0 to 8, the acceptable range. It's called acceptable range. But the first validation check, let's talk about range check. We have more. Okay, we have more, like for example length check. What I mean by length check? Length check, like for example your candidate centers. Okay, the center number for IGCSE ICT, for example, or IGCSE examinations. The center is SA135. For example, the center is SA135. SA135. How many digits? Okay, it's 5 digits. 5 digits. Can I write SA0135? No. Why? Because now I will give you examples. For example, here SA135, that is the center number. For example, can I write SA0135? Wrong. Why? Because here it's 5 digits. The system analyst should design a validation way to inform the user. We have in the center number should be contains 5 digits, no more than 5 digits. If you input 6 digits, that means the data it's invalid data. Check length. Why? Because you input something wrong. You input more than the acceptable length. Acceptable length is 5 digits, not 6 digits. In this case, that's called length check. Length, that one you have length check. Okay, before, if you remember, I told you the number of subjects 0, 1, 2, and that is range check. Why range? Because it has acceptable range. Here acceptable length. Acceptable length means 5 digits, no more than 5 digits. We have also type check or check type. What do I mean by check type? Check type, for example, I have to enter my name. For example, I have to enter my name as like here in the details for my name. Okay, it's name, and by mistake I input birth date. I input, for example, birth date. If I input the birth date in the place for the name, that means the computer will give me message and say invalid data check type. Check type, why? Because the type should be text, not date. The type should be text, not date. And by mistake I input date. The computer should stop and send message to me or display message to me to tell me invalid data check what? Check type. Check type because I input type wrong. Okay. If we go back here to the form, for example, we will explain on the form. Here employee number is 5 digits. Okay, the ID here is 5 digits. What is the validation? I have to do it here. The validation is length check. Why length check? Because I cannot input more than 5 digits. For example, the Michelle or Michelle, this one should be name, should be text, and by mistakes I input birth date. In this time the computer will display message and say invalid data check type. And also here the Boolean check. What do I mean by Boolean check? Means the sex should be male or female. By mistake I input something else. In this case the computer will send or display message and say invalid data check type. Check type should be Boolean type. Okay, Boolean type, and so on. We have check range, we have check length, we have a check Boolean. Okay, we have a check type, we have also existency. Existency means what? Or lookup or present. Okay, present or existency means the file is already exist. The record is already exist. For example, I have a record in the school, and the secretary wants to I left school for 1 month or 2 months, and my record is still in the database. When I come back to the school, the secretary forget and he wants to input my details again. When he inputs the details, when he try to input my names and my details again, the computer will stop and display message the file is already exist. Do you want to overwrite and so on? The file is already exist. We have existence check, we have range check, we have a length check, we have a Boolean check, we have a check type, we have also check digit. What do I mean by check digit? Check digit comes only in barcode and ISBN. Only ISBN for the book. If you look at your any book for Cambridge or any other book, at the back you will see codes, and that code is called ISBN for the book. Okay, it's why is a validation? It's a check digit, not length check, not range check, because the barcode has no length and has no range. Therefore, the computer should check digit by digit. Anyhow, the system analyst should design validation routines and techniques to detect errors. Therefore, the one step, it's very important, one step here, I wrote it in my notes, establish what validation techniques will be applied. And I explained it to you, we have 2 ways to detect errors, the verification and validation. Verification by double entry and visual check. Again, I repeat, here verification double entry means data entry twice by 2 people or more than 2 people, and comparing with the original document. Visual check, visual check means visually check. Visually check means proofreading. Yani check the data after printed out visually, or check from the monitor directly comparing with the original source. And validation, the second way for detect errors, automatically in the computer we have range check, we have a length check, we have a character check, we have presence check, means existence check, format check. Someone said, what do you mean by format check? Format means, if you look at here in the form, for example, when I input date of birth, I input by other way. I input, for example, month first, then day, then year. Here, in this case, the computer will display message and say check date. Check date means I entered date by wrong. Here, check the format. Why check the format? Because the format is wrong. The format should be day, then month, then year. Sometimes the day is the DD. Sometimes the examiner design the system and design the database, field type and field length. The format should be day, and months, and year, y. That's called format. And that's what I will give it you in the practical. In the practical, you will know more and more about it. Okay? Therefore, check format. If the examiner asks you about what is the validation, will be check in date of birth, for example, in the exam. Here you can tell him check type, because maybe the type is wrong, or you can tell him check format. Why? Because maybe the format is wrong. If the examiner asks you about the validation routines, will be checked here in the employee number. Check length. Why? Because the length may be not acceptable, because 5 digits also. Check type. Here, any text, check type. Any text, check type. Here, check boolean or check type. It's okay. Just I want from you to understand the examiner in the design stage should design routines and techniques to discover and detecting errors. Also the examiner always asks about the file structure. What do I mean by file structure? File structure, when the system analyst or when the programmer designs the structure, should design the date of type and also the length for each field. What that mean? That is, it's very clear when you take the practical, but I will try to explain it to you. The file structure. Any file structure contains from field name, that is file structure. That's called file structure. Okay, field name. This one, it's field name. And field type. What do I mean by field type? Field type means the type of the value which you want to enter it to the record. For example, here the type of the employee number is number, is a numeric integer or numeric decimal, or and so on. That's we'll take it in the practical. And here also first name, field, the field name is first name, and field type is text, and so on. Also field length, why? Because here we need only 5 digits. We can write the field length is 5 digits. Field length here is 50 characters. Maybe I need 2 long names, okay? And maybe I need only short names. Maybe the maximum is 15. يبقى field length. يبقى file structure contains from field name and field type and field length. Please write this. And field format. What do I mean by field format? For example, here I need the formatting of the date, short date or long date or special date, like date, day, 2 digits, month, 4 digits, year, 4 digits, and so on. يبقى any file structure should contain from field name and field type and field length and field format. And in the practical part, you will see that by your self, okay? Also, we are talking about the validation, verifications. We are talking about the data capture form and file structure. That is the file structure in my notes, contains from field name and field length and field type, okay? Exactly like this. If you open your computer in Microsoft Access, you can create a new table that contains field length and field type and also the format. Format means the validation check, okay? That's inshallah I will give it you in the practical part. I finished two stages now. The first stage is talk about how to collect information and writing report. That stage by 3 or 4 methods: by interview, by questionnaires, by observations, and examining all documents. Okay. Then how to write the report. The report should be contain the cost of computerized system, the time needed of computerized systems, the hardware and software, and the staff issues, training, extra staff required, benefit and drawbacks of the new system. The second stage is design. I told you after the system analyst takes the approval from the owner, he should design. Design what? The first step, design flowchart. Then the second, design data capture form to enter the data. Design report layout to output the data and print out the receipts or invoice or reports. Then the design also should design routines to detect errors by verification or validation. The file structure should be designed. That's what I need exactly from this stage. I don't need more. I want from you only to know how to design data capture forms and how to check the validation techniques in data capture forms. And also I want from you to know only that the file structure contains from field name, field type, and field length and format. How to come in exam? Just in the exam, the examiner asks you to tick 3 or 4 parts from the file structure. You have to tick all. Ask you for the true false. The one step from the file structure is to design data field type. It's correct, and so on. It's so easy. But the first and important part is how to design data capture forms and how to do the validation routines on data capture. Okay, I finished 2 stages. I cannot complete it the other now, but I wish to be understood from these two stages, and next time inshallah I will complete with you the others. Good luck for everyone, and thank you for listening, and see you later. Wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.